It's a Tascam DR100 Mark II, and I got this recorder when after I worked with somebody who used one. Like, they would take me on their commercials a lot, and they had one, and I had experience just kind of helping them out with their productions, and they would, so I knew how to use this computer. It was basically, the choice was between the Tascam DR100 Mark II and the H4N, which is a very popular recorder that a lot of indie filmmakers have used before. And I went with this, number one, because I used it before, and number two, it has an internal battery, not just the ones that you can buy and put in there.
Okay.
And the cool thing is, when the batteries run out, it switches to the other source.
Right.
So you can make it use the AA's and then switch to the other one, or the other way around.
Oh, nice.
So, hi, Anthony Caban.
Hi, Donald Glover.
I'm not Donald Glover.
Childish Gambino?
No.
Darn it.
I'm Daniel Glover. I'm actually Donald Glover's cousin.
Oh, that's so cool, man.
No, I'm TJ, Termaine Jenkins with Tampa Film Network. This is Tampa Film Network podcast. And I want to thank you for being here today.
Oh, you're welcome, man. I'm glad to be here.
I've been wanting to do this for a while, man, because you've actually been coming to the acting classes or practices.
Yeah, I've been before, I've been coming there for since April, and then I went on a hiatus because of things that were going on with Chosen Woman and Visions of Love and all. But after that, I've been starting coming here a lot now.
That's good. That's good. So what you want to do is bring this a little closer. Remember, try to keep it like a fist from your face.
I'll just try not to be too loud.
It's fine. I'll lower it. I can lower it. And I know sometimes it'll sound like you're loud, but you're not really loud. It's just the mic is good. And I can independently control the volume levers and whatnot.
Awesome.
Let me just bring up my notes just to make sure I don't forget the things that I want to ask you. But how's everything been?
Everything's going great so far. Thank you for asking. It's been one crazy weekend for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's 2019 overall going? Has it been going the way you thought it would as far as filmmaking and everything?
So far, yes.
Okay.
It's been going a lot better. We're catching up on this one project that we're finishing up real soon.
Yeah.
After a year of changes and schedule delays, we're finally getting this done this year. So January so far that was the best January compared to any other January. February is getting a lot better for me. So I feel like on a scale 1 through 10, I think it's a 9 out of 10 that 2019 could be the best year for me, but I don't want to jinx it.
That's good. What's going on? So what's the name of, is that project what you're talking about, what happened this past weekend?
Yep.
Tell me what's going on this past weekend.
So we have been shooting scenes for JLA United. We have been, I've been writing some new ideas to make the script so cohesive. It was a fan film that I did. It was a sequel to a fan film that I did back in 2014 when...
It's called, what's it called again?
JLA United.
Jail United?
JLA United, like Justice League and the Avengers United.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a sequel to a film that I did called Justice League versus the Avengers.
You went superhero.
Yeah.
As a young filmmaker. That's brave.
I was about 15 to 16 when I did that.
Well, man, I won't insult you by asking, are you a fan of the comics?
I love comics. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a huge, geek as I used to be, because as I grow to love movies, I've started watching a lot of indie films, and I've started to love a lot of indie films more than comic book movies. Mm-hmm. But I do love comic book movies. I love Batman. Batman's been my favorite character since I was 4.
Well, man, the world loves Batman.
Yeah, and I'm a huge fan of Justice League. Who isn't a huge fan of the Justice League? The animated series on Cartoon Network. I love Teen Titans. I love Superman. I love Martian Manhunter. I want to see Martian Manhunter appear in a Justice League movie.
I'll admit, I'm not a huge fan of the Justice League. I'm not a huge fan of it.
I mean, the movie, the movie that came out, I'm not a fan of that either. I was disappointed.
Okay.
I had tears rolling down my eyes as soon as I saw Justice League.
I don't get offended when comic book movies are not like the comics. I get offended when they're not great movies. A lot of people loved Avengers, G.I. Joe, a lot of different comic book movies, and a lot of people don't. a lot of the reasons that a lot of people don't like a lot of these comic book movies, like Transformers and stuff, is because they're just not like. Some people were saying like, oh, well, they got Megatron's voice wrong, or they got Batman's voice wrong. It's like, well, these intellectual properties have been around a long time. It's kind of like Romeo and Juliet, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, what I see is just a lot of different interpretations of it, and I love that. I like the idea that you can take something that you really do love, which is the comic book, like Batman, Superman, or whatever, and then you can get, or Spider-Man, you can get like different interpretations. Like Spider-Man is a really good example.
I love Spider-Man.
I love Spider-Man.
Dude, give me 5, man.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? Some people are like, I'm Team Tobey Maguire, and some people are like, I'm Team Andrew Garfield.
And some people think they're Tom Holland, but come on, Tom Holland already, he's new to Spider-Man. We had Spider-Man Homecoming and Infinity War and Civil War, so give it a rest. Like,
yes.
That's what I gotta say.
Yes. And some people are like, Donald Glover should be Spider-Man.
Remember that? That was like when they first announced The Amazing Spider-Man in 2010. I remember people were saying Donald Glover should be Spider-Man. I would love to see Donald Glover play Spider-Man, but I think he's a little too old now. He's like in his mid-30s. He's a
little old now, but it's like at the time it was perfect because it's like...
Yeah, he was like in his 20s.
And he added it to his comedy special, the whole controversy that he went through when people were like, oh, it'd be cool if Donald Glover was Spider-Man. It's like, he could be like the first black Spider-Man. Yeah. It's like, and he's like, he's black, kill him. It's like...
I would love to see Miles Morales get a film adaptation. I think that if Spider-Man were to be rebooted again, I don't think it should be a Peter Parker story. I think it should be more of a Miles Morales story.
Sorry, refresh the audience on which character Miles Morales is.
The other Spider-Man. I don't want to like... Should I go on my phone and check it out?
Whoops. I'm sorry. I don't even know who Miles Morales is. Are you talking the actor?
No, Miles Morales is the African-American Spider-Man. That's the character name. Yeah.
So there was a black Spider-Man?
Yeah.
And his name was Miles Morales?
Yeah, his real name was...
Cool.
Yeah, in the comics, Miles Morales. You didn't know that?
No, I had no
I'm
idea.
surprised you didn't know that, TJ.
I'm not a comic book guy.
I know, I can see that.
I'm not a comic book guy. But I guess that gives it away, huh?
But like back to the subject here, I love certain comic book movies when they get it done right. I love the Dark Knight films. They put a lot of inspiration in. Yes. They put a lot of inspiration into the fan films I do. And
the first Dark Knight.
Yes. Batman Begins, yeah. I love Batman Begins.
No.
But the Dark Knight was the special one.
Yes. That's when Batman started.
Oh, no. That's when everything got better.
Is that going to be a bother?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Spider-Man 2 as well. Like, that's the best one, too, in the trilogy. Like, not trilogy, but franchise-wise. In the Sam Raimi. Like, I'm always a Tobey Maguire. I love Tobey Maguire. Spider-Man, I think...
He was a good Spider-Man.
He's the best Spider-Man that I've seen portrayed, in my opinion, because I grew up watching Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man as a kid. I was born in 98. I mean, it came out at the right time for me. Like, it came out in 2002. It came out at the right time for my age. And I've watched Spider-Man, like, a lot of times back in New York.
2002. What was I doing?
I don't know what you were doing, but I know that I was in the living room with my grandpa watching Spider-Man on HBO and bought the VHS.
I remember now. I was not doing that. So let's keep it moving.
I do wish that I could have saw Spider-Man 2 in theaters, though. Like, I really do wish. But I didn't think that there was I was like, 4 or 5? Like, I didn't know there was a Spider-Man 2 coming out. I didn't know there was another Harry Potter movie coming out at the time. But with JLA, when I did Justice League vs. the Avengers, like, I really wanted to make a very good fan film. All I had at the time was a phone. I shot it on an LG phone.
Okay, so...
it was like a Samsung.
So JLA 2, which is the film that you're completing now...
Yeah.
You started that on a phone?
No, the first one.
The first one was on a phone?
Yeah.
The whole thing?
Back in 2014, yeah.
You shot the whole thing on a phone?
Yeah.
Did you finish it?
Yeah.
Is it online?
I removed it.
Why? Not great production value, shot on an LG phone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not something that I want to, like, show to people.
You should definitely show it to people.
I do have some footages that were missing. I can put them all together. I am working on, like, a little bit of an editor's cut. Mm-hmm. But the footages I found on my Facebook, because back then I didn't know how to edit films. Like, I didn't know how to, like, use a phone, like how to translate a phone to the computer. Like, I wasn't all that at the time. Like, when I started filmmaking, like, I did Zombies of the Dead. It's online. It's on Vimeo. That was a lot of people didn't like it, but some people tend to look at it as a good movie. To me, I don't.
It's still online?
Yeah, it's on Vimeo.
I'll definitely check that out.
Yeah, it was a 2013 movie that I shot on a small little camera and the LG. Like, it was not LG. It was a Samsung Android. So we had an idea of making it a found footage movie, and then I kind of like got so carried away with the zombie movies I'm watching that I just wanted to make it like just a regular movie with, you know, split cuts and all.
Right.
And that's where it went wrong. If it was a found footage movie, I think that it would have been better. But the reason why it went bad was because it's a long story. We had my computer was stolen. Yeah, like my laptop with all the zombie footages that were so damn good were removed. Like the computer was gone, so we kind of just couldn't do it. We just released it for what it is. But yeah, with Justice League vs. the Avengers, yes, I played Batman in that one, and we had Thor. It was mostly about Batman going against Thor, and then you had it was a jumbled story. Like I don't know if I want to post a movie. Like it's lost. Like it's on my other computer, which will remain missing forever. So, damn it. Yeah. I mean, I don't want anyone to watch it, though. It's very cringy.
Well, did you have actors in those films?
I had Ken in it. Ken Anthony.
Ken Anthony.
Yeah, he's a cool actor. I had him in it, and that's how we first met. That was way before the networking era began for me. Like, that was way before I started networking with other actors like you and everyone else. But with that one, it was a troubled film. We had people backing out. I wasn't really professional at the time. Like, I was very mad because people were I casted cosplayers.
Okay.
So I feel like that wasn't the right.
Not a strong work ethic with cosplayers.
No. Some cosplayers are into acting. Like, I can see that. Like, I know cosplayers are in but I think it's best that you post the casting call and then let them email you. Like, I feel like before that, before I did casting calls, I just see if anyone likes my status, I just message them directly on Facebook and say, "Hey, would you like to be in my movie? I saw that you liked my post."
Well, that's not a bad way to approach it, I think.
It felt creepy.
Well, the reason I say that is part of the problem that I feel exists with filmmakers in this area. I don't know if I want to use the term conventional yet. I do a lot of unconventional filmmaking, but one of the things that I don't like is the idea that people who haven't either read your work or not familiar with how your work, or who may not be as passionate as you, will be participating in your project in an important role. And it's one of the reasons why some actors demand money, other than the fact that it's work, so you should pay them. So
I kind of want to talk about that further on. I have a lot to talk about with paid work and non-paid work. I had a conversation with Ken yesterday about it too. Right.
So say if I were to do a project right now, I don't have any money to pay actors. I really don't. It wouldn't be right for me to be I don't see this right for me to spend money on an actor when I'm not getting paid or anything, because it's we're both doing it for the same reason. Either we love it or we want more demo reel for ourselves.
Exactly.
So that's the only reason. Other than that, if I had money, I would splurge. Actors deserve to get paid.
Actors deserve, yes, I agree with you. They deserve to get paid for their hard work, and
when they work hard.
Yeah, they came all the way over there.
So here's the thing. I like working with people who like the subject matter that we're working with. So it's people who like zombie movies should do zombie movies.
Yeah.
People who like superhero movies should do superhero movies. And if you're not being paid, I feel you really should be showing a love for what you're doing, so that we know that you're gonna give it your all, that you're gonna put your full creative ability in it. So, and that's why I liked working with film punks, because in film punks, the way that they do filmmaking, which is unconventional, is there's no director in film punks for any project ever. Never has been, never will be, because of how the approach is. What that means is basically the actors, when they decide they want to perform a role a certain way, they get to do that. They get to say, well, here's how I want to approach the role. I really put a lot of time into the wardrobe of the character. I put a lot of, thought into how I'm going to do this. And then the camera people, they can find the shots that they like. They use the locations that they like. But they make the creative decisions that involve the camera stuff.
Yeah.
That's how we know in film punks that people are really creatively invested.
Yeah.
They make it like a whole system. And that's what I've been used to over the past 5 or 6 years that I think I've been involved with it from the start to finish. I've been used to that filmmaking and not like the more conventional approach that a lot of people have.
I think like for me, like this addresses my previous films, my first 3 films. Like my biggest problem with the movies I've done in the past were that I added, like, it has a potential concept, but it's done way too much. Like I added too many things. If I would go back in time and change things, I would start like only doing smaller films. Like I wish I would have not done Justice League vs. the Avengers that year, because I could have just started small and then make my way up to the top.
Yeah, I agree with that idea that you should start small.
And the idea of it was pretty good, though. Like, I really had fun doing Justice League vs. the Avengers, but it did cause a lot of stress, and I ended up in the ER. I had they found like a cyst like type of tumor in me, and they had to they caught it very early. Like, this was like in the summer 2014, right after JLA vs. the Avengers wrapped up, and we just decided to release it in bad quality and unfinished. After that, like I was having like constipation problems, and I was like rushed to the ER, and they diagnosed me like there was like a tumor inside, and thank God it wasn't cancer. It's like it was like a cyst that almost turned to a tumor. Like if they didn't remove it early, I would have not been here today.
That sucks.
And after that, that's when I started, going for the route. Like I changed a lot. I made movies with more original stories.
Okay, so you feel like the stress kind of affected how that got worse? I
feel like it's the stress of making a fan film is the problem. Why I didn't want to do JLA United, but it's that I really it brought a memory of making I feel like a sequel should I feel like I want to do a sequel to it because I can improve better.
Sorry, bring that a little closer.
Yeah, sorry.
Talk into that more, because it's I know I'm gonna have issues with the audio later.
I was saying that with Justice League vs. the Avengers that I never wanted to do a sequel after all that stress, but I thought about it very carefully, and I thought, let's do another one, but with original screenplay.
Okay.
And I didn't write the script for that either.
So the ones before that, you were
yeah.
Okay.
I never had a script for any of my films. I just wrote ideas, and
they were just kind of improv.
Yeah.
Okay.
But after Stigma, my films like Zombies Are Dead, Justice League vs. the Avengers, The Junior Squad, Red Nation, Stigma, Human Hunters, we never had any scripts. We just did improv, and we did a good job with some of the films, although they've caught mediocre responses from people, and I have addressed it a lot. And ever since I started writing scripts with Visions of Love, that's what started everything, and that's when I got a lot better. So I feel like looking back into it, there are ways that I can go back in time, and I wish I could have fixed it, by getting a better gear, better camera, better tripod. Mm-hmm. Because before I used Canons, I used a little shitty camera and a phone, and then after that I started using a tripod and a camera, a little mini camera,
but not video tripod.
Not like video tripod.
So the video tripods had the fluid heads, but the regular tripods are a little jerky.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Okay.
Right there, kind of like those. After that, I started using I started saving money up for my grandma actually helped me. She helped me buying equipments. We went to Best Buy, we bought a Rode mic, we bought so many cool things.
What year was this that you started with filmmaking?
That changed everything, using actual equipment. 2016.
2016?
Christmas.
And when did you start, when was the first time you ever turned on the camera with the intention to make a film?
When did I start making movies?
Mm-hmm.
March. It was
Which year?
March 2013.
Okay. So 3 years, and then by 2016, you decided you wanted to be real serious about it.
By 2016, I wanted to go really different. Okay. After my dad passed away in February of 2017, that's when I wanted to go a little different. I wanted to make some, I made a film called Stigma in dedication of my father, and I kind of wanted to start making different things. I really cried about it. I didn't really cry about it, but I did feel like I was sort of tear coming out. But it didn't stop me from making films because my dad was very passionate. Like, he was very, 100% supportive of my dreams, and he would do anything in the world to get me out there in places, because he would not be the type of guy that would say, hey man, you're gonna make it. No, he would actually talk to people, and
you'd be a part of actually trying to get that. Okay,
be a part of my film. He would actually help out and shit. He would actually we went to a Moonlight Q&A back in it was all the way in St. Pete. And I met Andre Holland at the Moonlight screening. That was my first screening. My dad was like, you should tell him that you have a YouTube channel. And I told him I have a YouTube channel. And he was like, oh, really? What's it called? And I couldn't remember what the YouTube channel was. But it was a cool time. That's when I wanted to take things a lot serious. But, so far, now, it's got a lot better. But when I started taking it serious, there were moments where I did burn bridges with certain actors for stupid reasons that were my fault. Mm-hmm. But at the end, you learn from your mistakes and learn how to evolve it. I don't know if I want to use that term evolve, but learn how to adapt from it and move on.
Okay.
I feel like just because you burn bridges with an actor doesn't mean you're blacklisted. This is Florida. I mean, we don't get a lot in the area.
Right.
I mean,
that's true.
Unless it's Atlanta or LA, that's a quick way to get blacklisted. I mean, especially with the Me Too going on and all. Of course, that's a good way to get blacklisted.
Especially with the Me Too going on?
Yeah.
You ever had that issue before?
I'm scared to date any girl because of that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait. But are you afraid to date people who would be involved with your productions because of that, you mean?
Yes.
But not scared to date girls in general?
I'm scared to date girls in general because of, I want to be careful. I want to, I take my work very serious, and I want to look out for my career.
Okay.
Career, your job is more important in life. Family and jobs are more important. It's cool to have a girlfriend, don't get me wrong. But it's the reality of what's going on in Hollywood today. It's ever since the Harvey Weinstein situation sparked the fire, a lot of women have been standing up, and which is awesome.
Yeah.
It's great that a lot of women are standing up and they're fighting against sexual harassment. No woman deserves to be touched like that. No woman deserves to be forced into sexual manipulation. It's disgusting in today's society. Yeah, and I think that consent is important, but non-consent, strictly off limits.
Right.
That's what I mean. I would if she likes me, but I want to be careful.
So when you say no consent, are you talking strictly about forcing yourself on someone, or do you mean not asking verbally for permission to kiss someone? Or
I mean, if you're not asking a girl to kiss, then that's when it's wrong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what I mean is that you ask permission before.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might have a slightly different view on that, but okay. I think I understand what you're saying. I feel like it's I think I saw a commercial once, right? And in this commercial, I think it was early on with it was more early on with the Harvey Weinstein stuff, but they were pushing the idea of consent. But I felt like it was a little bit, and I got what they were doing. I understood that, but it was actually it was showed how consent works step by step, right, from the beginning, all the way from the beginning. Now, my only issue with that is it's all the way from the beginning. So it's can I kiss you? Can I hold your arm? Can I all night long? And it's okay, I get it, but it's in practice, that's not how people communicate a lot of times about things. You know what I mean? I understand what they're saying is I feel like what they were trying to say is there's a point where someone would be really uncomfortable with sexual contact.
Right.
Kissing isn't necessarily sexual contact.
Right. It's not.
Although it can lead to it, and it actually can be sexual, but it's like it's not. I don't know.
It's not a big thing as people think it is.
Well, for you, it's a little bit of a big thing because you're saying
I just want to be careful.
Well, that's fine.
That's what I want to be. I mean, I have no. Again, like I feel like a hypocrite when I say that because I always say that I want to go out with a girl.
Okay.
So I am a hypocrite for saying that too. Am I using the right term, hypocrite?
I think you're using the right term. Although hopefully, I think you're being a little harsh on yourself.
I am making it a little too hard on myself. That's absolutely true. Like I'm being a little abrasive about it, and I think that as long as you have consent, as long as you're careful, as long as you date a girl that's 18 and over, then
that's the only part that I'd be scared of.
That's exactly what I'm scared of.
Now, not because I'm a creep or anything. It's just because I've met women. I've seen women at the place where I work and at different places where I work. And I swear, they're like, some of them I would swear they're the same age as me. Some of them look older. Some of them are actually younger. You know what I mean? And I've seen some of my coworkers' kids look just as mature as like a 25, 26-year-old, and it's like they're 16, 17. That would be the only thing that would scare me is what if I met someone and I started dating them and I got to a place where I was like intimate with them and turns out, they're 15, 16. And it's like people would be like, well, how would you ever make that mistake? Not hard to do these days. It's not unbelievably hard to do to make that mistake. A lot of kids look a lot more mature these days.
Oh yeah, I feel like that is true. I hate to say that, but it's true.
It's definitely true. But the thing about me is I'm never usually attracted to someone who's immature. And a lot of kids, you can tell they're kids because of how immature they are.
Right.
Are you going to call there?
No.
Okay.
No. I don't know what that is. That could be a spammer.
Turn off the vibrator because that's like, I can definitely hear it through the headphones.
Jesus Christ.
Or like put it in your pocket or something.
Cool. Let me.
Now you started a chain reaction. Now I got to check my.
Hold on. Look, what is that? What area code is that? 323.
Who knows?
That's a. Oh, it's L.A.
Oh,
nice. No.
You gonna call to do a commercial?
No. Fuck no. No, but I had the worst experience. This was at MegaCon like 2 years ago. There was this girl. I thought she was 18. Like we had a cool conversation. My friend Adam and I
thought she was 18 or at least 18.
Well, I thought she was 18,
but actually 18. Okay.
No, she's not. She was 14.
Okay, she was actually 14.
Yeah, I kind of nothing happened. She was talking. Okay. She started talking. We just wanted a picture because we see cosplayers and we always take pictures with people in costumes. That's the whole point of conventions. Mm-hmm. We didn't think she was 14. All I said to her was, we should hang out. You seem like a cool friend. Okay. She took it the wrong way.
She took it as, what the hell you want to hang out with me for?
No, she was walking back and I'm like, really?
So when did you find out she was 14?
When she mentioned it.
Oh, you were like, we should hang out, and then she was like, oh, I'm 14.
No, she just backed out.
She didn't say anything?
She was with the nah.
That's creepy as fuck. Yeah.
The reaction she got, it was really weird. I wasn't trying to say it in that way. I wasn't trying to.
Well, she was a kid. But when did you find out she was specifically 14 years old? Did somebody else come up to you and tell you?
No, she said it to us.
She said it to you when? Oh, she said it before you said that.
Yeah.
Oh, you were just saying you should hang out with us or she should hang out with you?
No, I said we should keep in touch. What I was basically saying was we should keep in touch. We should talk.
Okay.
Yeah, but nothing like that. Oh, God, no.
Okay.
Nothing like that. No, just have contact, like what normal friends do. But I feel I could have said something. I could have just walked away.
Well, you know what? I would. It's weird. I write a lot of content And I read a lot. I read a lot, and most of my characters are women. A huge percentage of them are actually female characters. I end up thinking about situations that women get into that men just don't ever think about. Like, if you ever want to think that there's a such thing as male privilege, it definitely exists, because there are things that women worry about walking down the sidewalk, maybe 8 o'clock at night, that we don't think we're gonna get snatched up and raped. You know what I mean? We don't. There are things that guys just don't think about as often, at least.
Right.
But where was I going with that?
You know what? Actually,
I was gonna say, like, I might have said if I knew she was younger, but I don't know. I don't hang out with kids. But
I don't really like to.
She probably just automatically took it that way, because girls need to be aware of that shit. They start becoming aware of it in a young age. Like, a lot of guys are creeps. I ride the bus a lot. I see kids get on the bus a lot, and I see guys just happen to be sitting there watching girls, just watching them getting on, watching them getting off, watching them getting on.
I don't really do that either. I just watch what people look at. Like, I see, like, guys looking at the kids,
right?
And I'm like, what's going on here?
Well, it's adults looking at kids,
yeah,
in a way that we know how they're looking at them. So it's like, it happens a lot,
right?
And kids are aware of it.
Yeah.
So
let's actually cut that part out. Like, that's just unrated, deleted scene.
That's fine. No, it's completely fine to talk about.
Yeah,
I think it's fine. I personally don't really. I don't think I would ever date anyone who I was. How can I say? Say if I was running a production, I wouldn't date one of the actors, especially while we're doing a production.
I don't feel comfortable dating an actress unless she has a crush on me.
I'd be okay with dating an actress. I just don't want to date them while we're working on something.
Right. Well, I don't want to be distracted if I end up dating an actress. Like, I don't want to be on set shooting a film and I'm like, love you, honey bunny, or love you, Boogie Bear. Like, get the fuck out of here with that Boogie Bear shit. Like, I'm not lovey dovey like that shit. I'm more of like, love you, see ya. Do you have a backpack I can use your prop? No, but you can shut the fuck up. I'm doing a podcast. Shut the fuck up. I'm doing a fucking podcast, you bitch.
Turn off the vibrator.
It's already off.
You can still hear it, though. It's still vibrating.
Oh, shit, that's right.
It's not
I want to finish, Jay, I want to finish talking about, the guy, like, when you asked me, like, if what inspired me to do Justice.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, let's get to that. So, I feel like I forgot. I wanted to mention one thing right before we switch to the other thing. I was going to say, I feel like it's bad in a lot of cases to mix work with pleasure in that way. So it's like some people, I teach acting classes sometimes, and like some people would expect me to be attracted to a student, but it's like, it's not like a good, it's never a good.
Well, I don't come to class for that.
Exactly. I don't come to class for that. I don't teach class for that. So it's like, outside of that is another thing, but it's like it always gets murky. It always gets confusing, and it becomes like a distraction from what you're doing, and it messes up relationships and things. So it's like I always think it's never a good idea to date anyone at work.
And most of the girls, and even if I ask a girl out in your class, I probably wouldn't, because most of the girls in there are they're old enough to be my mother.
Damn, you hate on my class, bro.
No, I'm joking with you. I was joking. I wasn't serious about it.
No, we do have a lot of older students, but
no, but seriously, like, if you're an actor and you're going to Tampa, like, whether it's like a Tampa Film Network, guys, please do not go there just for the sake of asking a girl out. Be a motivator. You're here to act. You're there to act.
It's so weird. You're looking directly right into the camera.
I know, I'm breaking my fourth wall. No, but seriously, like, you're there as an actor to act. You're here to learn. You're here to, like, take notes. You're here to follow the instructions, not to ask a girl out in class. That's unprofessional. I wouldn't say unprofessional, but
I would say it's unprofessional.
You would say it's unprofessional?
Yeah.
Well, then I say it's unprofessional too.
I would say it's unprofessional.
But yeah, like,
outside of class is another thing. So a lot of people, though, they can't compartmentalize that well. I just happen to be an individual that can compartmentalize a lot of things, including personal relationships. But anyways, I digress. So, filmmaking, comic books just seem to go hand in hand for you. Are you influenced by like any particular directors, any particular movies that
Yes.
really inspired you?
I don't know if you see my post, but I can't go in fully detail of how many movies like inspired me, because I actually post pictures of the films that inspired me, like films like Psycho, The Dark Knight. Obviously, I love The Dark Knight, hands down the best superhero movie of all time in my opinion. Some say Spider-Man 2.
Okay, slow down now.
I know. I love Spider-Man 2. I love X-Men 2. I love the Avengers.
I processed it. So Dark Knight is definitely the best superhero.
Superman, really? So now The Dark Knight is now Superman Night?
It's definitely not Superman.
Okay.
The Dark Knight is its own thing.
The Dark Knight,
sir.
It's not a comic. It doesn't feel like a comic book movie. It feels like an original film.
Exactly.
To me, it feels like a Batman. It feels like a real Batman movie.
I agree.
Heath Ledger, man. My God, he is the Joker. He's evil. Like, he made me tears down my eyes. Like, not because, it's a crying emotional performance. No, I wasn't expecting that.
Right.
He gave the performance of a lifetime. He portrayed the Joker as if he was Charles Manson.
Good characterization. Very, very good characterization.
That I just love how he portrayed the Joker with such perfection.
I think it was originality.
I feel like Christopher Nolan was the right choice to direct Batman.
100%.
Absolutely. If it wasn't for Christopher Nolan, we would have not had The Dark Knight. I think that we would have Schumacher Batman movies. But it was canceled. So it would have been a different Batman movie. But Heath Ledger as an actor, my God, he fucking killed it as the Joker. He's evil. He's an actor. That's an actor. That's what I call a performance. That's a good way of portraying character. You're staying in character. You are evil. You're menacing. He portrayed it so fucking dark and brutal that I can't see anyone else playing the Joker. Jared Leto did not fucking work. No, he didn't.
I liked his Joker.
You like this Joker? I'm surprised.
No. I don't think there's necessarily a bad Joker, like a bad way to play a part. I just think they're different, Yeah, I don't expect another Heath Ledger. I expect a version of you. Be the best version of yourself. Don't take other versions and then put it into your own Joker. Be a different Joker. Be your own Joker. Exactly.
Like Jack Nicholson, Joker.
I feel like what you were saying was it wasn't as good, which I agree. It wasn't as good.
I feel like Jared Leto did not he's a good actor. The actor's good.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
It's just that the character, he wasn't really the right choice for the role.
I disagree, only because what he did was very unique. I've never seen the Joker
with tattoos.
Like a gangster.
I like that look, though. I do like it.
It was a cool looking Joker. I liked his Joker. The thing is, it's just Heath Ledger did something special, and it was really well done. So it was
something we'd never seen him in the animated series. We'd never seen him in this is the Joker we'd never seen before.
So I don't think that there's ever going to be a miscasting of the Joker. I think there would be
if you had Willem Dafoe.
He'd be an awesome Joker, I think.
That's what I'm saying.
We got a guy who looks just like William Dafoe.
Really?
Yeah.
My uncle looks like Willem Dafoe. He's got that smile.
Do you know he was in Good Friends as the bad guy?
What's his name?
His name is Joseph O'Connor.
No.
He lives in Orlando. He joined Film Punks a while back.
Let me look him up.
But I haven't gotten to we didn't edit his scenes yet, but dude, he looks just like William Dafoe. I'm not kidding. He looks just like him. That's his profile picture, but that's not what he looks like. Unless
let me see.
He likes dogs. He has a dog grooming business that he does on the side. And he's a musician, but he's an awesome fucking actor. Have you found it? Check him out.
Dude, he looks like Willem Dafoe.
I told you, man. I told you.
He looks like Willem fucking Dafoe. I don't know how. Like, I'm scared now.
But he's got like a New York boss, or I don't know if it's boss.
Is he from New York?
I think he's from New York, yeah.
Oh, lit. I'm from New York, too. It's lit.
He's got that accent, but dude, he's such a beast of an actor. He's somebody that, you know, you could tell a lot about somebody about how serious they are and how much they put into it. He puts thought into his wardrobe, his care, how he talks, how he performs a role. He does it. He does so much more than what was written for him. Mm-hmm. That's the kind of actor that I think he is, and he's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, like Psycho, The Dark Knight, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Very good film.
I will never understand why people love that film so much.
You love the film? It's really good.
Who's the director for that film?
Michael Gondry, director of The Silence of Sleep and The Green Hornet.
He directed The Green Hornet?
Yeah, the Seth Rogen one.
It's a terrible movie.
It's a guilty pleasure. It's fun. I don't know. I don't get the hate for it.
That was a terrible fucking movie. Didn't Seth Rogen direct that movie?
No,
you sure?
No,
Are you positive?
No,
100%.
I'm positive. He did not direct that. That
wrote it.
That was the director of Eternal Sunshine.
Seth Rogen definitely wrote it though.
What was so bad about it? Was it Seth Rogen you didn't like?
It was very poorly written and structured.
I could see some of the characters being undeveloped.
No, it was undeveloped. That's not the worst of his troubles. It was such a... I could go on and on for days about how bad the movie is. But so check it out. Seth Rogen, I like Seth Rogen. He's a good actor. I like his style of funny. I like the way that he does things. But he, as far as structuring a story and understanding pacing and things like that.
Every movie with Seth Rogen, it's like you have all these scenes like in the trailers that are so good, and then when you see the final cut, half of the stuff is barely in the movie. It's like very rushed.
I feel like it's the opposite. I feel like he kept every scene he wanted. Yeah, and it's like the Green Hornet was like every scene he wanted to keep was still in their film. And it's like half this shit needs to go.
I do wish that every Seth Rogen movie was a little longer. Like I don't like it when it's short and it just cuts very quickly, and then you see the deleted scenes and there's like over like 40 scenes. Like Neighbors was a disappointment. Neighbors was funny, I'll admit, but
I like Neighbors. Neighbors was good.
I liked it, but I was disappointed in how it turned out because all the scenes in the trailer, they were cut out. So I feel like
I like when they cut the scenes out of the trailer. I like when they cut a lot of the scene, maybe not all of them, but I like when they do a lot of it. You know why? Because, dude, I've been doing writing and filmmaking so long. Most of the movies are so predictable, and the way that they do trailers now, most of the fucking movie is in the trailers.
What's the most movie last year that was so unpredictable? Ding.
The most unpredictable movie?
Infinity War.
Oh, you're joking.
I'm completely serious. That was so unpredictable. I mean, come on. The ending was unexpected. You gotta admit, that was so unexpected.
Okay. You're fucking with me. It's
I'm not fucking with you. I'm serious.
Okay, stop saying that. Stop telling me you're serious because I'm believing you.
I mean, you didn't like Infinity War?
I thought it was terrible.
What crap. The fuck? No.
I thought it was some of the most terrible bullshit anyone's ever recorded on a camera or CGI'd onto a scene and put onto a screen for people to sit through. It was a fucking terrible movie.
I'm surprised. Like a lot of people,
but you've read the comics though.
I've never read Infinity War.
Oh, you've never read the Infinity War?
Here's the thing, like,
so I don't
read a lot of comics. Like,
you just know about them.
I just know about it. I read some comics. Like
I'm kind of in the same position where I have friends who read the comics, and it's like I kind of knew what it was going to be. I just thought there would be a little more original.
That was me.
Oh, okay. It sounded like it came from another room. So I'm the only one that's here besides you. What the
fuck? Well, the thing is about like,
but Infinity War, man. Just sorry to cut you off, but here's the thing. If you liked Avengers 1, it's okay to like Infinity War. I can understand if you're at this level, you like this level of filmmaking, Infinity War is along those lines. But if you're someone who's an experienced film viewer who not only watches superhero movies but foreign films, different genres. It's just all
right.
I care about is that a movie is good. When I go to the movies, then it's not a good movie. It's terrible.
See, I'm more of a hipster. Like, I love art house films more. Like, I'm more of like the Tarantino, Scorsese, Edgar Wright. Edgar Wright's a great director. He's actually put a big influence on me because of Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz and Baby Driver and Scott Pilgrim. Like, I love original movies. I'm more of an original guy than a superhero movie. So, like, but then again, like, before I go back, I'm going to conclude Infinity War. Look, it was unpredictable to me. Like, I didn't expect these characters to die in ashes. Like, I didn't think that was going to happen.
Okay, so I will admit, since I knew kind of how serious it was supposed to get,
I didn't know it was going to be a serious
I was expecting a lot of people to die. So what messed it up for me was, okay, so the selling point for Infinity War is that some of the heroes are going to die.
It's obvious.
I got that. So I thought, okay, well, they're going to make their deaths awesome then.
But who is going to die is what
No. But I thought they're going to make their deaths awesome, though.
Like, what? In what way? Like, you mean by awesome?
Imagine you're an actor on a film.
Okay.
A horror film. You know, there's only one or two characters that make it through a horror film. They're usually fucking. But you're not one of the two characters. So you know you find out you're going to die. The only thing you're concerned with at that point is how you die. Because now it's like, all right, well, if I do all this work and my character becomes popular, okay, well, you got to give me a cool death. That's kind of the thing where if you're a character who dies in one of those big movies, they want a cool death scene. You know, they want to be the guy who's like, fuck you, as they're dying, or they're smoking a cigarette or something like that, and it's like they blow out the bomb and themselves or something, and then it's like they just look cool or whatever. So when I watch Infinity War, I'm looking at all these points when they could have killed some of these characters, and it's like I start to realize, oh, it ain't gonna be that kind of movie. They're gonna just, because I wanted to see these guys. They were facing enemies that were just as dangerous as them. A lot of times they were in situations that was like they could conceivably be in danger. They never died, though. They did the same shit they do in all the movies. This is the movie where it's okay to kill them. It's okay to make us feel bad, make us feel like we're at risk of losing the characters when Batman or Superman is in contact with like Nitro or what's the thing, kryptonite or whatever. Make us feel like there's some danger, like Captain America might actually fucking get killed by these aliens. Right? Those dudes are kind of badass. Because when he showed up, it's like everybody clapped and it was like, cool. Now it's like, when we're gonna see him die.
Well,
But they just disappeared. It's like you didn't even get to experience the death. You just saw them disappear. That's not the same thing as dying.
So what you're saying is that you didn't think that the whole characters disintegrating was not death. You just thought that they were just like gone.
It did not have the same effect.
Okay, so like you expected like to get stabbed or like Vision, like how he died, like when Thanos grabs the stone off his head.
Yeah, so
that was an incredible death.
Yes, that works. So what happened was I gave the movie more credit than it deserved. In reality, deep down, I know all these characters are franchises. They're all worth hundreds of millions of dollars. They're not really going to die.
Yeah.
I know there's going to be some way that they bring them back, and that it works out. And I understood the whole thing about. I caught these moments where it's like I saw plot devices being inserted where, who was it that said I saw all these visions of the future? And
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, Doctor Strange said I saw all these visions of the future, and there was one where he said there's only one where we win. Whoa. And it's like, and then it's like I didn't understand. Well, why did these characters? Why did they let Tony Stark survive the thing? It's like, well, that's the future where he's still there. So he has to be. You got to do everything you can to make sure he's there. Or if you let him go, then you've changed that one outcome where you guys won. So it's like I understood what was going to happen. He's going to be the key to bringing everybody back. It's like so if I was making that movie, I would have fucked everyone up. I swear to God, I would have killed you. You still killed the characters technically.
Why would you have to disintegrate them? Is my question. Like you could have just had like a.
I would not disintegrate them.
Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 is a great way of killing these important characters, like killing Malfoy, like killing a Snape. Like, you don't just go disintegrate those fuckers. Like, all you have to do is just give them a stab or give them a kill, give them an ultimate money shot at killing.
A lot of them have redeeming. They need redeeming scenes where it's like they do something that you don't expect them to do.
That wasn't really a death. That was just more like they disappeared they're trapped in the Soul Stone. Like, that wasn't really a death. Like when Loki died, when Heimdall died, when
Loki actually died.
Yeah.
That was a death.
People say he's alive.
I got it. Well, he probably is alive.
He's just fucking around. Like,
he's worth money.
He needs to stop fucking coming alive. Like, I'm tired of that shit. Like, Loki's a great villain. Don't get me wrong. He's on that board of Heath Ledger and Killmonger, but he needs to fucking die.
Well. Okay, slow down a little bit. Okay,
I'm just saying. Like, I'm sick and tired of Disney, keeping Loki for money. Like, stop. Like, the profit and all. It's not gonna work. Like, if Loki's meant to die, he's meant to die. He's not meant to come back alive. Like, I thought that was a way to kill Loki.
That's not how it works in Hollywood.
Well, Hollywood is doomed.
So it's like I can predict a lot of movies now based on like how much a character is.
I don't know how they're going to come back alive. That's my question.
You can always bring them back. It's fiction. You can always
snap
bring them back. If you can snap them away, why not? Why can't you snap them back?
I think the only way. Well, I'm just going to stop right there on Infinity War because I don't want to like be the person to like be right about Avengers 4. But look. I don't really read a lot of comic book movies. Like, I don't really like read comic books as much often. Like, I just watch these movies and take inspiration from them for Justice League vs. Avengers and JLA United. Like, The Dark Knight Rises, Logan. Mm-hmm. That was a great Wolverine film. Like,
I did not get to see that one.
I don't know what to say to you, man. But no, seriously, Logan is a great film. You'll love it. Like,
I'm sure. You know why? Because it's like every time they try to do something with Wolverine, it works.
Right.
Like when they did Wolverine Origins.
No, that was a travesty. Come on, that was a big travesty.
It was not a big travesty when you juxtapose it with the previous X-Men films.
Origins Wolverine was terrible.
And do you think it was better than the other X-Men films? The X1 and X2?
No. Oh, God, no, not better than
X2. You
X2.
thought those films were better than Wolverine
X2
Origins?
United is the best one in the franchise. Nothing can never top X2. Like, it is not better than X2 or Days of Future Past or X-Men. I think it's a lot better than... I don't know. No, it's not better than anything in my opinion. It's hard for me to say that. I'm sorry if my feeling of the X-Men Origins Wolverine disappointed you. I'm very sorry.
It's okay. Man.
Sorry, man.
I'm just surprised. So,
because
let me ask you: Is it the comic book?
The characters?
Is it the comic book effect where it's like if it's not like the comic book, you didn't like it?
I usually don't like it if it's like a jumbled screenplay. Like, what matters the most of a comic book movie... I'm sorry. What matters a lot about comic book movies is the story. You have to make sure that the story is balanced. Like, you can't have like 4 villains showing up. Then you're going to explain the backstory and then we don't want to hear it. It's like you said in class. Where you explain these characters is where you put it at the right time. I believe you mentioned something about that in class. That it's, exposition. Explaining the story of the characters' backstories. It's like...
I don't know if you want to listen to me in class. I talk a lot of shit. Sometimes I'm just making that up.
Really? You were making it up?
No, I'm kidding.
You motherfucker. You were making it up.
Some of that is directed at screenwriting. So it's I didn't expect people to remember all of it. But
I think that the script is what matters the most.
You're right. I agree with you.
It's not... I care about these characters because I want them to be given the source material treatment. Like, I want Batman to be treated like he's Batman. I want Superman to be treated like it's Superman. Like, I don't want the costumes to look like bootleg shit. The costumes have to look good. Wonder Woman, Wonder Woman was the best one in like the DC universe, and I'm glad that they treated the story as of an origin story. It was a World War II story, World War I actually, World War I story, and it's a fish out of water thing. I love it that it doesn't really focus on too many things. That it's just about her story and discovering the Amazons. Same Batman v Superman, no.
So I got to watch Wonder Woman. I've heard it's good.
It's good.
All right,
Batman v Superman. You've seen Batman v Superman, right?
Batman vs Superman.
Yeah, Dawn of Justice.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Thank you. No, I did not.
I did not like it either. I own it.
I like. Well, it's a brave move, sir.
Because it's 3 hours. The 3 hour version is so good.
I like things about it.
Ben Affleck the most.
I like Ben Affleck.
I love him as Ben Affleck. I don't know why he had to leave as Batman. He's very good.
I don't know why. I think it's just a comic book effect. People just fall in love with certain characters playing Batman, or they fall in love with certain interpretations of a story that they like, and they don't want to see anything different. But I love when there are different interpretations of the same thing.
I love it when you cast an actor who doesn't have the acting that he has because of Gigolo and Daredevil, but when you have him as Batman, he's great. Like, he does a good job as Bruce Wayne and Batman. And Henry Cavill is all right.
I agree. He does do a job at both.
He does a good job at both. Like, Zack Snyder's not a terrible director. The scenes he did with Batman, if he would have directed a Batman movie with Ben Affleck, that would have been, like, the best Batman movie.
Wait, this Zack guy, he's the director of Batman vs. Superman.
Yes.
What's his best movie that he's ever done?
Watchmen.
What's his second best movie that he's ever done?
Wait, no, he did Dawn of the Dead, which was a good remake. He did 300, very good film.
Okay,
underrated. A lot of people hated it. I thought it was good. So,
I will give him credit off of 300. So
Watchmen, I give Zach a lot of credit because the source material was 100% to the graphic novel, and yet Frank Miller coming in and helping out. That just shows that Zack Snyder gives a shit about certain graphic novels. Like, he gives a shit about Batman and Superman. It's just the story, you know. You can be a director and have these characters and have a fun film, but still you're gonna have a fucked up screenplay. Like, you can't have Lex Luthor coming in. Like, what the fuck? Like, I know I get his purpose, but having Jesse Eisenberg play Lex Luthor was the most dumbest idea I've ever read since Arnold Schwarzenegger playing Mr. Freeze in Batman and Robin.
I don't think it was about Jesse Eisenberg in particular playing that role. I think that this is a film that went wrong because of how it was directed.
It wasn't the director.
I don't think I'm not saying that makes him a bad director.
Right.
I'm saying the problem.
He's an okay director.
I'm not even judging his directing skills. I'm saying that the problem with this movie was the directing.
It's him. Like, he's asking too many ideas. Like, you could just have Batman vs. Superman and Lex Luthor sets you up and Wonder Woman has to fight, Lex Luthor because he has the Lex bots. If you could have had that story, that would have been great. But to have, like, Doomsday, to have, Amy Adams come back as Lois Lane, I'm like, now you're making it more of a Superman sequel. Like, come on. Get it out. Make it more of Batman and Superman. That's it. Well,
one of the things that's always going to be an issue with Hollywood making movies is just the business considerations, because that's what causes a lot of the issues, to be honest. I think a lot of the scripting issues are calculations about future movies and adding on to the franchise and stuffing it for business purposes, but they're not really artistic considerations. So
so now we got that out of the way. But when I made Justice League vs. Avengers, these comic movies were my inspirations. Like, I never wanted to make a bad movie, though. I mean, yes, I have $5 equipments and all, and the costumes were not that great, but I was starting off. It was a start.
So let's talk about equipment real quick.
Yes.
So, what equipment did you start with? Like, as far as what equipment did you have to make a full film? What did you start with?
I started with a phone and a Toshiba camera, and then after that, I upgraded to a Samsung camera. Mm-hmm. Then I upgraded to a Canon. And then after that,
but you started on a smartphone.
Yes, smartphone. Okay. Then I went to.
And in the early days, was your issue more about the video quality?
Yes, definitely. Yes.
But would you say that the sound suffered the most, or the visuals?
It was everything.
Everything.
We didn't have any visual effects at the time. Like, we didn't know how to make VFX. I was 15. I didn't know where to get the software and all. That's when I didn't know anyone. So it was pretty difficult to make a fan film with all these ideas. I had too many characters. I had Spider-Man, Black Widow. I had Captain America. I had little Nightwing. I had Thor. I had a detective. I had too many characters. I had Punisher. I was I wish I had Doctor Doom. Not to mention, I had my little brother playing Doctor Doom, Nightwing, and Robin at the same all in 3.
Let me guess, you tried to do a feature film at first.
Yes, it was 1 hour and 40 minutes, and it was we wanted to make it a little long because we felt like it wasn't finished. It wasn't over.
Well, at least you succeeded.
At least, we tried our best to make an okay fan film, but that's when I thought I want to make a sequel, and it will be like Logan mixed with The Dark Knight Rises.
Okay, and that's J-Lay 2.
Yes.
Okay.
Which takes place 6 years after.
Okay, now let me ask you this: is the sequel also a feature film?
Yeah, 2 hours and 2 hours and 35 minutes. We're going at.
Okay.
It's gonna be, but this time I think it's gonna be like it will like segregate, because we're trying to make this more like Daredevil and Batman and Superman, you know, working together with Lucius Fox to take down the Penguin, who is working with Kingpin. It's about 6 years later after like the events of the first one. Batman is, you know, he's coming back. You know, Bruce Wayne returns back to Gotham City after finding out that the Penguin killed Thor, and he's taking over Gotham City. Like, he's gonna make this world into a doomsday. You know, like the end of the world.
Okay.
And we don't get that a lot because, you know, we don't have the money for that. You know, we can't just close down downtown Tampa for that. That's impossible for like a 20-year-old filmmaker. Wouldn't it be dope if it happened though?
I've done some stuff downtown. You'd be surprised what you can do downtown.
I mean, we can close down downtown and have like a fight scene in the middle of the street.
Well, I don't think I would close down.
I would.
That would be a pain. But you can do it though. It's like you can get permits through the commission for things like shutting down streets and stuff.
Well, we never had permits, but we are getting my next project. Like, I will talk about that after
I've never signed up for a permit.
Never do it.
Point in my life.
Do you have to pay?
No, but you used to, I think, and in a lot of places you do, and that's exactly why a lot of people don't get permits. But I've never ever done it, only because it's just an unnecessary step. A lot of times, don't get me wrong, I think everyone makes the mistake of wanting to make a feature film at first, because that's how we've been experiencing the movies ourselves. And filmmakers start off as fans of movies. We see movies and they're feature length, so it's like a lot of us never ever discover short films until we actually get into filmmaking.
That is true. Like, I really wanted to just rush into a feature length because I was like, I want to make a movie that's so many fucking ideas shoved into one, but I feel like that's not going to mesh together if you don't have a proper screenplay. Without a proper screenplay and a direction, you're not going to have a good feature-length film.
Definitely going to have a screenplay.
You need a screenplay. You need believable actors. You need better equipment. And that's what we're trying to do. Actually, I just got the NGT4 microphone. All I need is the blimp, and I'm finally set to go. Yeah, man.
Nice.
I spent like $400 on my money that I worked hard on at the zoo to get the NGT4 microphone. All I have to do is go to B&H.
It's just funny how you said that. I spent $400 of my money.
No, the good news is it was $315 on B&H.
Okay.
B&H Video.
So if I'm not mistaken, okay, so the NTG4 is $300 to $400.
It's $369 on Amazon, but if you go on B&H Video, it's $315.
Okay, but isn't the one before that like over $1,000? The NTG3. One of those is like really expensive, like $900 or something dollars.
No,
right?
it's not. It's actually $200 for the NGT 1 and 2. However, the NGT4 Plus is $400 to $500.
One of those
now, if you get
mics, I'm getting mixed up because I have the NTG 2.
Okay.
And awesome mic, I love it. But it's like I got that, and I knew it was going to be about $2 something, and it holds up in most situations. But I know that the newer ones, the NTG3 and NTG4, I thought they were more expensive, but maybe it's just I haven't looked at the pricing in so long.
Well, the thing is about like these NGT4s, like you got to be careful with the prices. I recommend B&H Video. Like, go on that website. Mm-hmm. They have like cheaper prices. I always do eBay. eBay is cool, but eBay will fuck you up.
Well, it can be an issue when you buy from someone who doesn't have a good rating, reputation.
I ordered a projector when I was like 7, and they bought me only the accessory.
You ordered a projector, and it was for the accessory?
No, it was the projector, and all it came was the accessory.
Well, yeah. Here's the other thing about eBay is sometimes, man, you gotta really be consistent with checking. I can hear that. You gotta read the description, because sometimes like you'll see something that's like almost too good to be true as far as pricing.
Yeah.
And then in the description you'll see 4 parts, so it's not working. It's just you can take this apart and use some of it if you're that kind of person. But
yeah,
eBay has been great, and the reason that I've had mostly good experiences with it, but the thing I like is that they give you your money back if shit goes wrong.
That's true.
It's a guarantee. Like Amazon doesn't have that.
Right.
They have something like it as far as returns, but it's like only if you buy it from them, and then they have certain standards for their buyers and stuff. But it's not the same as eBay.
Yeah.
I've gotten money back for things that like one time I ordered I don't know if I should be saying this publicly, but one time I ordered that. No, you can't link my identity with that. But one time, I ordered a hard drive. Right, it was it was like a 6 terabyte. We were changing computers around here or something like that, and it didn't come. Like, I ordered it on a Monday. I was expecting to get it either that week or the next week. It happens to go by 9 days or whatever. I forget that I ordered it, and I go back, oh yeah, didn't I order that fucking hard drive? Where is it at? And then it's like you find out, oh well, yeah, I messaged the seller, I never got my hard drive. It's like, oh, I sent it. And then eBay has a process where they try to get you to resolve it directly with whoever you buy it from. And if it doesn't work, they guarantee to give you your money back.
Cool.
Even if, no matter what. So that's why I can buy with confidence, is because they will refund you your fucking money no matter what.
And it's 8:32.
Oh, it's 8:32?
Yeah.
Do you gotta go?
No. Well, no.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get back to the topic.
Oh, yeah. We'll get back to the topic.
Yeah.
I just want to wrap up this thing.
No, that's a good point.
For anyone who's listening.
Shout out to Adam Oliver, my second actor, who plays the Penguin.
Okay.
No, because he'll be watching this video hopefully. But okay. Adam Oliver, you're awesome. Love you, bro.
You're awesome, Adam. Thank you for watching.
Tell me if he looks like Childish Gambino, man. Tell me if he does look like Childish Gambino.
Oh, stop it with all that.
So yeah, like.
Oh, but yeah, just to put the button on that.
Yeah.
What happened was so I got my money back. They give you your money back fast.
Sweet.
2 days later, the hard drive comes.
Shit.
But I used the money to buy another hard drive, so I ended up with 2 fucking hard drives. One of them I got for free, and that's happened twice on 2 different occasions.
Shit.
where I, for whatever reason, the package got held up somewhere. And it was a case of, they maybe had it on the shelf, they didn't take it down, and then the seller contacts them. It's like, well, I sent it to you, and then they finally restart. They get the shipping process going again, and it just takes us a long time to get back to you. But when it gets back to you, they didn't ask for it back, so it's like,
right.
And I always pay. It's like it's not. I feel like I should be getting a gift every now and then. Anyways,
I'm trying to get some more. But yeah, so like with JLA United, we're doing a really good job so far. You were gonna ask me about Chevy.
No, I was gonna ask you, what equipment do you have now, as far as like all the equipment that you own and use right now yourself for filmmaking?
I got the monitor screen so far.
The monitor screen.
Yeah.
What's the monitor screen?
Like the video monitor where you put on top of the camera. Like you put on top of the mount and you look at the scene. You have the cast look at it. We have like the tripod. We have like the matte box.
The matte box?
Yeah, like the matte box. Whatever. You don't know what a matte box is?
No, it's just I'm starting to realize how from New York you really are.
Brooklyn boy.
The matte box.
I'm a Brooklyn bitch. No, but we've gotten like so far like almost half the equipment we need. All we need is the audio and
so do you have your own?
We got C stands too.
We just need more. That can be important.
We need more LED lights. That's all we need.
It's always more lighting that people want. More lighting and how in lenses. So what kind of camera do you have right now? Let's say you can only shoot with the equipment that you own and have right now. What would you shoot on? What do you have?
I have a Canon Rebel SL1 camera that I shoot on with some Canon lenses.
It's a Canon Rebel SL1.
Yep. And I have a Sony.
Are we talking about the XT1?
No. This is a DSLR camera.
Is this a newer one or
no? It's been around for quite some time.
It sounds like it's been around forever because I have the T2i.
I have the T5i and the Rebel SL1. But I also have a Sony 1080p camcorder. I only use it for like the action scenes because it's more like the DSLR cameras are very like less heavy than the camcorder. It's just that they have this holding thing you put, and it's
cage.
And you just run around with it. With DSLR cameras, I don't want to break it, and they're very like they cost about $500 to buy, so I'd be very careful with it. But Chevy's in that movie, and Chevy's cool to work with. I'm really excited to like work with her in more projects. Like she's so cool.
So you have so those are your cameras. You have a bunch of lenses to go with those?
I only have like 3 lenses so far.
Okay.
One cracked recently.
Okay.
I don't know why.
I've been through...
You've been through that.
You open up your bag and you just see it's cracked?
Yeah.
I don't think that's
It works though. It still works though. Like the good news is like the glass crack is not even on the camera.
So the lens still works, you mean?
The lens still works.
Oh, so it's not the lens that's cracked.
It's the glass.
Oh, it is the lens that's cracked.
Yeah. That's what I said.
Okay, I thought you were saying something else.
But yeah, like that's gonna come.
And you don't know how that happened.
No, I don't know how it happened.
Oh well, that's never happened to me before. But I have broken a lens, and it was a little bit epic. I was downtown, in that zone where you want to go and shut things down, and shooting near a bank, which I will advise no one to do. I shot near a bank, and basically I was on one of these ridge things with a camera, and I happened to step to a place where there was no more ridge, and it was like a 6-foot drop, and I fell down. The camera slammed into the concrete.
Jesus fucking Christ, man.
I knew the fucking camera was dead, and I knew the fucking thing was just destroyed.
Well, thank God my camera wasn't destroyed when I dropped it like 3 times.
But what happened was the camera was fine. The lens broke, but the camera was fine. And technically, I could have still used the lens. But that's the only time I've ever broken a lens.
Right.
I think.
Also, like, so yeah.
By the way, I hit my head.
Sorry.
And the first thing I do is look to see if my camera's okay.
Shit.
And then the other guy I was shooting with, Sean, he looked at me. He was like, "Holy
Sean Gloria."
Yeah, Sean Gloria. He's actually a cinematographer.
He's overrated.
Brother, he watches the show.
He's awesome.
No, but he's pretty awesome. But
really,
he was with Film Punks, and his contribution to Film Punks was cinematography.
Oh, that's cool.
So, and we do multicam.
I've always wanted to meet Sean Gloria. I've never met him yet.
And you're up here talking shit about him.
So what? At first, like,
have you seen his work?
Yeah, he's a pretty cool actor.
You just see him all the time, huh?
Well, I've only seen him on a set of Hangman, but I've never spoken to him. But I've seen his demo on YouTube. He's pretty cool. Like his acting skills are pretty good. Like, he's going places, but I feel like he's one of those guys that's like he'll treat like shit. Like, I hope I'd be wrong because he's a cool dude. He seems like a cool dude.
You would 100% be wrong, but
yeah,
I can see.
He seems like the guy that gets all the chicks.
Well, I think he has one girlfriend right now.
I know. I know. And that he was with his girlfriend, like, on the set of Hangman. Like, I don't know. I want to meet him one day, but I don't want to work with him because he's probably one of those actors that does paid projects only.
I've never paid him, but he's done a few projects with me.
Oh, cool.
He's been pretty cool about it. I don't know where he is now.
It's like I've seen where this goes. Like, actors, like, these SAG actors, like, they expect pay. But I
don't know if he's SAG right now.
I don't know.
But I understand what you're saying, because he may be at the point now where he only does.
He should be a SAG. He should be a SAG. Like, he's.
I don't know if he should be a SAG actor in Florida.
No, he shouldn't be here. Like, he should go to LA right now and achieve it because he's got this potential.
Well, he went there. The thing is, like,
why can't he stay there, man? It's the life of him. Is he going? Let me guess. He's going to start in Atlanta first.
Excuse me, sir. But
well, excuse you, sir.
Sir. The thing is, man, it's hard as fuck to live in LA.
Oh no,
it is expensive. It's filled with other actors. Like, everyone is a fucking actor out there.
Oh, it's a big shot. Everyone in Hollywood acts like they're a fucking big shot, and all they do is, like, they're just nothing but a fucking punk or a
bro.
show.
When I say everyone's an actor, I mean the guy working the guy working at the food truck is an actor.
What the? Obviously, it's an extra.
You're gonna buy your food from this guy and then see him at an audition in like 3 hours. It's fucking crazy. It's so many fucking people. What he realized though was that I think he went too early. What he did was he went out there with like $1,000 in his car, and that's it. He was like couch surfing for a long time, and he stayed out there for, I forget whether it was for a year or 2 years, but he tried to just go out there and force himself to be successful. Some people do that. They put themselves in situations where you have to either be successful. It's like sink or swim.
And he told you this?
Yeah, he told me. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't want to go to LA right now. I want to go to LA just a vacation, just to see some shit, but I don't want to like live there right now. I'm not ready for that.
Well, I mean, I think LA is a good place if you've made it already.
If you succeeded, that's different. But if you really want to take your time, then wait.
Well, if you're trying to go there to be that 1 out of 2 million chance, then it may not be a smart move. I think it's better for you to stay where you are or go to a place where you can work with other people and focus on doing your own short original stuff, putting it up on YouTube, and possibly using that to jumpstart your career, because a lot of people are getting started like that.
I agree with you. So if you're gonna ask me about if you haven't asked me about the release date, yes. So like we are gonna release JLA United in 2019. Like,
so is it finished?
It's almost finished because we've been catching up a lot now.
So how far along would you say it is percentage wise?
We are at 70. We're at 86%. Like no, 82% complete.
Okay.
So like we just gotta like do the reshoots, finish some stuff, and write down to finish the new scenes by July, and then we'll release it by December 2019. If not, then we'll push it to May 2020 if we want to add some VFX, but there won't be a lot of visual characters. But we are going to have a trailer eventually. Eventually it'll drop when we're ready.
Okay.
But that's about it. Because right now, we got 2 projects in the works right now. I got Hell's Gift, which starts filming in late February. It's about a man who's a musician, and he is diagnosed with lung cancer, and he's fighting to see his 8-year-old child because his wife doesn't want to see him, and it's a pretty sad journey. But the good thing is it's in the 70s, so I really want to make it look like a 70s story.
Good thing.
I mean, I've watched a Beale Street Could Talk, so it did inspire me to like make that movie. I mean, if you've seen Moonlight by Barry Jenkins, you'll love Beale Street Could Talk. It's a very good film. And then I have Survive the Apocalypse. That I'm really excited to do.
When do you start working on that? I'm
starting shooting in late April through July. We're still doing funds right now. Like, we're raising money to make this movie happen. We've raised so far $872.
Well, that's good.
Our goal is to reach 1,000 by February 28th. I think I asked you about it. You've been like social media off lately, so I'm not sure if you got my message.
No, I do remember that one. The thing is, I don't do that really often. I don't.
No sweat, man.
It's good.
Not everybody donates. Like, a lot of people, like, I know that some people, like, in general, like, they don't donate because, they don't trust they don't trust GoFundMe, or like they don't know where their money will go to. And I can understand that and respect it. I agree where they're coming at, because hell, if I was asked to donate, I would answer. I'm not gonna, because most people I ask, they ignore it. Like they read it, but they don't reply. Like, I'm not that ignorant. Like, I don't want to be one of those ignorant people. Like, I will reply, but I'm not gonna promise you anything. Like if you were to ask me, hey, would you donate for charity? Like, hey, like, we're trying to like reach this goal for a tattoo, for instance. Would you donate money so I can get a tattoo? I would say no for that one. I would say this, because it's a tattoo, you need to work hard for it. But however, if it's like something like cancer or AIDS or hospital bills, because a relative is dying of cancer, or they have cancer and they don't have the hospital insurance, I will do anything I can to donate.
Support.
I will support. You know what I mean? Like, I'll say this.
$5 for that.
I will donate $5, $1, anything I can try, because right now I have $20 on my card, so I'm trying to save it up. Like, I would love to donate at some point, but I really prefer when the time is right for me. But a lot of but there's some people that say they donated, and then what I get is they don't donate for real. Like, that's kind of shady as fuck.
Oh, they tell you, I already did it, and then
their name doesn't pop up. Which is fucking bullshit, because I go on GoFundMe every fucking day, every fucking hour, and then I see this motherfucker. If this motherfucker donated as he or she said it, it would have got a fucking notification by saying, These nuts donated $25, or I'm just giving an example, not saying that there's a person named These Nuts on GoFundMe.
Is there a person named These Nuts?
Well, there wasn't there. No,
I think there was a person running for office.
I remember that. I was just about to say that too. No, I'm waiting for a moment when it says "young motherfucker donated 50." I would love it if it said that. Yo bitch donated 250. If I get an email with that, I will fucking,
that will be worth it.
I'll love it. I'll fucking worship her. Or saying that, like, I don't want to say the other word, like, no, I'm not gonna say. I'll get my ass whipped.
Right, don't do that.
No. No, like,
so here's the thing, man, and actually for me, I don't know about most people. I feel like a lot of people have way more friends than they can even reply to these days.
I actually want to, like, before we go back to that, I want to, like, also, like, give another update of Star of the Apocalypse. Like, this will be a feature length. Good news is it's an hour and 20 minutes. Like, we got the script completed.
This one is the one that's in, did you say April or February for this
April.
one? April. Now, is this a short film one? Or
feature
is this
length.
Feature?
Like an hour and 30 minutes.
The one in April, is that a short film or feature?
Feature length.
You got 2 features starting within a month of each other?
Yep. Hell's Gift is like 40 minutes. It's like a 2-week shoot. It's not a big shoot. It's like as long as we get 2 scenes in one building within one day, like if we can get, like, because we have to go back to, I don't want to go back to a building again and finish that one. If I can get all the scenes that's in a building in one day, the more faster it can be. And I'm really excited to do Hell's Gift. Like, we got the cast announced. Like, it's so much to announce. And then I'm doing Coco. I don't know if you heard. And Johnny Pendy's Coco, which is a SAG film for the first time. I'm going to be in a SAG film.
You're going to be in it or doing it?
I'm in it. I'm playing a supporting actor.
No, I mean, are you directing this one? Or
No.
Or you're acting in it?
No, like,
okay.
like, separated from my directing work, I got Coco, and I have another film in the works, but I'm not sure when. And there was another one, but it's on hold for now. I play a guy who is like something like Ben Affleck's The Accountant. Like, I dress up as an accountant and I come up and just give him a death sentence and I walk out.
Okay.
Like, I appear in a bowling alley, which I'm waiting for that one to, like, be back in production because I really want to do that film.
Which film is that? Who's doing that? Is it a local film?
It's a local film. It's a guy named Samish. He's a cool dude. Like, I met him. We had a conversation. He's a pretty lit dude.
He's an Indian guy?
Yeah.
I might know who he is.
Sumish, something like last name is very long, but he's a fucking awesome dude.
Yeah?
He's fucking lit, man. He said, like, I enjoy your rants. And I don't like to, and I've ranted before about Florida filmmaking.
He
and
enjoys your rants.
You see my rants, haven't you? You fucker.
I might have seen him for a rant or two.
And, like, they said this, keep it up with those rants, man. You're speaking the truth. And I'm like, well, I mean, I don't like to call out anybody. I'm not like that.
I do.
You do?
No.
Who do you want to call out?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to get to that in a second.
Like,
though.
I want to save that for the ending.
I want to finish my thought because I have an issue remembering my thoughts. But the only thing I was going to say was when you sent me that message, a lot of people tell me that they've messaged me and it's like I've never replied or whatever. And then they'll say, well, I saw the thing that says you saw it. Well, then
you didn't really see it at all, actually.
My computer saw it. I have multiple computers that stay on all day long, and it's like they'll be logged into Facebook or whatever, and the message will pop up, so it'll look like I saw it, but I didn't see it. But the thing is, man, I have so many people messaging me every day.
Dude, you're a teacher. What do you expect?
Well, I'm a teacher, and then I do the podcast, and then I was doing the scheduling for class, but now Sharon is doing the scheduling for class, which is good. That's less work.
Sharon's now your teacher?
She's not a teacher yet, although she should be.
No. I will never fucking listen to her.
Sharon with us?
Sharon's awesome. Sorry, Sharon. I'm joking.
What are we doing here?
No.
Okay.
No, I want you as the teacher. You stay. Sharon, go bye-bye.
No, I will still teach.
Okay, good.
But the whole the beginning concept for Tampa Network's classes were that they were integrated, so you could learn something from me, and then Tim would teach the next night, and then somebody else would teach the another night.
What about Brent? Brent's a cool teacher. He seems like a teacher. No, is he like silent?
I've only just gotten to know Brent through. I think he's been to like the last couple classes.
He's very silent.
Brent Horn.
Yeah,
I like silent.
I like I like
but
Brian.
he can talk. He has the ability to
I'm
form
silent.
words.
I'm silent every time I show up there. Like, I'm in the back, like, just paying attention.
Oh, but I always know that time, that clock when you're gonna start talking and moving is always running out.
Right.
It's only a matter of time.
Well, that's because, like, I always come in at the end because, you're giving new actors a chance first, and then I start coming in.
Well, if you haven't been to class, I'm going to pitch you in the same category as new actors. Because I like to take everybody's temperature. Like, if I haven't seen you up in a while, I always want to. I'd make it a point to get you to perform because I gotta get you back up there because it's like I always say it's like going to the gym. If you're gonna go to class, it's like you need to go up and perform. And you need to get a repetitious.
You show up to drama class, you need to perform. It's the way of getting an A. You go to gym, you need to work out because you're not going to sit there and eat Reese's Puffs for fucking 20 hours in a fucking gym. I don't know. What would it be like if anyone spends 20 hours in the gym? That's fucking sad.
I don't know, but I was going to say that was a very specific description that you gave of somebody eating Reese's Puffs in the gym.
Yeah, like if you're going to go to a gym, work out. Don't go eating Reese's in a damn gym. Or don't go bringing Burger King into a gym. I love Burger King, don't get me wrong. I love fast food, but I am also like a protein guy too.
Okay, I believe you.
Yeah.
Let me finish the other thing. The last thing was what I was going to say is, so as you can imagine, some of those messages, maybe 20 to 30 a day, are people asking for money for projects and stuff like that, and it's like, oh, they think I got money. It's like it's not like that. But the thing is, I don't have it, and even if I did, I would not give it to people because for the same reason that I feel like actors, it's just kind of inappropriate for them to be. Sometimes there are some actors who will take offense to you asking them if they want to do your project, and then when they ask, is it paid, and you say no. And they might go, well, why is it not paid? Well, because we don't have any money.
Right.
It's like, well, why are you asking me to? Well, we thought you might be interested.
Well,
in doing the project because you said you're a fan of whatever it is that we're doing or whatever.
Well, can I add, tell me if you disagree or agree with me on that. Like, I understand if they're a fan of my films. However, I'm not going to pressure them into donating. If they don't want to donate, that's fine. As long as they're still a fan of my work, it's still cool.
I don't know. I think that if you can give money if you have money, maybe you should. You should definitely do it if you're directing.
But it's optional though. If you want to donate.
Well, it's optional, but here's the thing. I would almost use that as a litmus test because it's like if somebody's willing to do your project for no money, maybe the chances are higher that they're doing it because they are passionate about it and they're going to work harder on it.
Yeah.
Now,
I feel like when it comes to I actually want to I want to get this out of the way before we go to non-pay work, and then you have questions you want to ask me about acting.
Oh yeah, I don't donate to film projects. Just for clarification for anyone who might be listening to this, I don't donate to any film projects because I don't make money on film projects.
That's true. I respect them that.
That's the only reason I don't. If I had money, I would donate, but I don't.
I don't either.
Even if you ask me for $1, I don't, because I don't ask for $1. I do film projects and I don't ask for anything. So I know if I can do that for no money, I know other people should have the ability to, because a lot of these people who ask for money have more than I do. So that's all I'm going to say about that.
See, the reason why I don't donate is because
I still love you guys. Yeah. I still love you guys. It's just don't have any money for it. Sorry.
Now, my reason for not donating is exactly what TJ said, although it's that I'm having a crisis with my funding too, but that's not because, it's just because I'm raising money doesn't mean it's a paid film. It's a non-paid film. It's just the money will go to the equipment that we are renting.
Oh yeah.
It's because
would you say you have the ability at any time to do a production with the equipment that you have right now?
I could try. Although, because we just have crew for Survival the Apocalypse. We got our DP, we got our audio.
That's what I wanted to cover before. Yeah. So you got a camera.
Yeah.
You have audio equipment.
We are half complete with the audio.
You have a microphone? You have an NTG4 now.
Well, we're not using it until we get the blimp, because we need the blimp and we need, that in order to like be sure
the recorder. That's what you're pointing to.
Yeah, like when you put the SD card in, you're recording the footages and shit.
Otherwise, the sound doesn't go anywhere. Yeah,
like without that, you're not going to get good audio. For now, we're using the Rode mic until further notice.
I thought you said that.
Yeah, I should be a comedian too.
Yeah, you could do comedy. Okay, so you have a mic, you don't have a recorder. That's okay. So are you lining in directly to the camera?
Yeah, like
good. That's how you should. That's what you should be doing.
What's more important is the camera. We have a camera. That's more important. But what's also important is audio and locations. So we got more. I would say that we do have the cameras. We just need the accessories, because the accessories is what's going to improve upon making a movie.
But what you're saying is you do have all the essentials. So you have a camera, you have a microphone for audio work. But what about editing? Do you have a computer that's good enough for editing?
Oh, no. Yeah, I got editing. I got Final Cut Pro X.
All right. Excellent. All right. So you have the ability to film and edit.
Well,
so
I finished Visions of Love premiere at Tampa 2 months ago. So how the fuck did you think I edited?
Oh, I thought you had people. I didn't know you were doing that.
Actually, yes, that is true. I did used to have people. My buddy Vandy Hoffman, I used to...
Was eaten by a zombie?
No.
Okay.
He got expelled for mashing a teacher in.
Okay, I thought, was that a euphemism or?
No, I was just joking. No, he's not like that. No,
he's a student.
He used to go. He went to college, but he stopped because, like, you know how like financially it ripped his ass. Money does rip his ass off at college, so he owes him like $600. So he just decided to drop out of college.
Okay.
So he's an editor. He's very good at editing films. He let me edit Human Hunters, Stigma, and Junior Squad. I shot it on a... Shut up, Mom. Come on, I'm chatting here. Sorry, Mom. I love you. If you're watching this, I love you.
We gotta put some rules on the door when you walk into the podcast room. It's gonna be like, turn your phones off.
So like Vandy Hoffman, like we edited on the Sony Vegas Pro way before we started using Final Cut Pro. Like the Sony Vegas Pro is great. It's got a lot of a lot of choices. Final Cut Pro, not all the time, but with Sony Vegas Pro, like I could see why people would suggest Sony Vegas Pro over Final Cut Pro, even though my suggestion is Final Cut Pro because it's so good.
Right now, your main is Final Cut Pro?
Yeah.
You got the X patch. Okay, gotcha.
The cons with the pros, there's pros to Final Cut Pro X, but there's also cons. Like, the pros of Final Cut Pro X...
There's definitely cons.
Really? Well, before I say my pros, I want to know your cons.
Sorry.
Hold on, let me take...
Here's the thing. I like both Final Cut and Adobe Premiere. Adobe Premiere is my primary. I would never use Final Cut unless I had access to a Mac, but the time that I edited it, Final Cut on a Mac, it was very good. I appreciated it for what it was, which is it simplifies editing process. Yeah. I could see effects applied to the video clips that I was editing in the screen right then. I didn't realize that at the time. Part of that reason was because it was a superior graphics card and processing ability. So I actually have that ability with Windows computers too now.
Well, off the topic, but since my grandma keeps calling me, I got like 10 minutes left.
Oh, you got? Oh, shoot! Sorry.
No, don't worry. No, we actually had. This was a lot of like. I knew that I was going into like talking about acting, but this feels like acting. Like it's a lot of. We're just talking about a lot about
yeah, it's definitely just
talking about the industry. We're talking about filmmaking and stuff. You know, like what I do. Like this was basically my interview. Like this is basically about what I do.
Yeah.
With my films. So like that was.
I might have even talked too much there.
But like Sony Vegas Pro, like with the widescreen effect, it is kind of like fucked up and shit. Like it does kind of like have like problems with the widescreen. Like it's not connected well. Like if you want to make a 2:35 ratio, it comes off as 160. It comes off like as a 2:01 ratio. With a Final Cut Pro, it gives you the options of the ratio you want to put it to. Like 185 ratio, it has 185 ratio, 255 ratio, 166 ratio, and 235 ratio. compared to, unlike Sony Vegas Pro. With the widescreen, we kept we don't know where to put it. We just didn't know what 2:35 ratio looks like. But Final Cut Pro gave me an option, and I was so glad that I started editing my movies on Final Cut Pro. And if it wasn't for that, I would be using Windows Movie Maker or Sony Vegas Pro.
Definitely don't use Windows Movie Maker.
Oh no, that's what I edited JLA versus the Avengers on.
That is no iMovie equivalent. The only iMovie equivalent or Final Cut equivalent for what I would say for Windows would be something called Filmora.
I think that with in terms of editing, Final Cut Pro is good because I get to stay home and edit. I don't have to go all the way to my friend's house and then edit while he has family over, because we see a lot of stress that happens. It takes me 10 hours at his house, and I have to go back to his house every weekend and make sure that the film is not damaged, because it's not my computer, it's his computer.
Correct.
Yeah. He also does live Twitches too, so that's dope. He's a gamer, so hold on.
Before you go, I have one important question I need to ask you about.
Mom, I'm in the middle of a podcast, okay?
Oh.
In 10 minutes, if you, Mom, listen, I'm in the podcast. Bye. Don't answer the call.
I can't believe I got that on film. Sorry, man.
All right.
I was going to ask
let's go to the questions. I love questions. Ask me some questions about acting and stuff.
So, I wanted to ask you about how do you feel about, I've faced a little bit of this too, but I recently heard from someone about you being a part of your production, and it was from one or maybe two actors. I think it was just definitely one. They told me they didn't have a good experience being a part of a production that you've been doing recently.
Okay.
And
what was the film called?
I don't remember which one it was called, but I know it was recent.
Chosen Woman?
And it was not. I don't. Give me 1 second. Let me think. Should I mention the actor's name who told me? I think I can mention it.
Let's hear it.
Well, maybe I won't. I won't mention it only because I did speak with them and I forgot to ask him if it's okay if I could mention their name, and I don't want to. But anyways, they mentioned that maybe one or two actors left the project. So if you remember anyone who was on your project recently who is not involved with it anymore, maybe they were not happy about something, but what was told to me was the kind of thing they were not happy about was they kind of generally described it as you weren't being professional about how things were going.
Okay.
Maybe something wasn't working right as far as equipment, things like that. I was very quick I listened, and I was very quick to ask about was there any inappropriate behavior type stuff going on? No.
Good.
Was there any unfair arrangements where somebody got paid and somebody didn't when he said they wouldn't? No. It was more like I've had this experience too, man. Sometimes people just expect things to go perfectly.
Well, if
any of that rings a bell,
if I could if you can give me a last name, then maybe I can
Well, the person who told me it wasn't them. They're not actually in the project. They just know the actor or the two actors who were in the project who kind of told them after the fact. They're not in it.
Well,
although you know them.
Well, I have some things,
and I think you're just cool. I think you're cool with them. It's just the other two actors that
told my friends about it.
They might have mentioned it.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about. The way that was handled. Yes, I'm not going to say the name, but to me, I feel like talking about a director behind my back, with profession, saying saying how I wasn't so professional at my job. Yeah, congratulations, you just burned a bridge with me. No, but no, I'm just kidding. But seriously, it's not a professional way to talk about, give them, talk about other people.
Of course not. So let me ask you: were you aware of this before?
Well, yes, because
you got a pretty good idea of who it is that we're talking about.
Oh man, dude, this was a recent film that I did, right? Not the JLA, because JLA, like, a lot of people, like, they had a good experience. Like, I know it wasn't Chevy. Like, Chevy, Chevy loves working with them.
Well, I can definitely say it wasn't Chevy.
Yeah.
Definitely say it wasn't her.
Yeah, Chevy's a cool actress. I mean...
Very cool.
Yeah,
I enjoy working with her.
Now, I know Chevy and Ken wouldn't do that because they're cool actors.
And it wasn't Ken.
Yeah.
It wasn't Ken who told me. And I don't think it would be Ken who was involved in the situation.
Because Ken wasn't in the film. Like, it's hard for me to, like, talk about it because I've had, like, experiences before. Like, it was mostly visions of love. I think it has to do with the fact that I was late to filming. Like, I was 30 minutes late.
It sounded to me like it might have been a situation where I've brought people in towards the end of a project who haven't been involved all throughout.
Yeah.
So maybe they come in expecting things or whatever.
I think a lot of people, the problem with that is like, so like what, like the more, like the question of is like, you know, is there a way like I can like do better?
There's always going to be a way that I can do better, you can do better. Yeah. But the thing is, though, just because you've been to my set and it's been professional or whatever, or it's not been professional, doesn't mean it's going to be the same way at somebody else. Well, it seems like maybe this person was somebody who, might be someone who's always around people who shoot on reds, or there's always, maybe they are around people who run sets really well and it's very organized or whatever, and they've got a lot of support and a lot of equipment, money, and things like that.
I think I know what you're talking about with two actors. I think it rings a bell.
So it's definitely more than one.
Was it a woman? Was it more than one?
I think it was more than one. I think it was more than one, possibly on the same day or something. But it seemed to me like they might have been people who got involved towards the end of your project. Like they didn't work with you before. Maybe they were new at working with you.
Chosen Woman. It was that one.
You think so?
Yep. I know what you're talking about.
Is it one person or is it?
It was
two people.
It was two. It was mainly one.
And are they people that you worked with before?
Oh no.
So they're new people.
Oh, I could tell you what happened, man. I'm not going to call their names out. I thank you for like refreshing my brain. Okay, so this happened on the set of Chosen Woman. This actor and an actress was bossing my actors. I didn't appreciate it at all. Like,
so it was one of those situations.
Yes. The main actor was brought in at the last minute because of the fact that the other actor quit. Like, he had to leave because of an unavoidable reason. I couldn't do anything about it, but I forgive him though. I will work with him one day again. It was 3 days before filming. At the end of the project, it went wrong where they were bossing my actors, changing my screenplay, and it was unprofessional and unkind of them because I worked hard writing the script. And when I want certain scenes to go the way it's my way, like I don't like to be told what to do. As a director, like I don't like to be told how to do my job because I rather learn from other directors, not by actors who so-called call them professionals. Like if they like to be condescending, like they tell me, "Oh, we're a professional actor." Like how could we've never heard of you?
Well, let me ask this: are they SAG actors?
No, wannabe. I would call them. No, half of them. Yes, half of them are SAG actors.
So they come from basically better sets with more resources and stuff. Okay.
I think like the way you're describing it, these are actors that come into a set and they expect people to have a red camera, like you said. They expect people to have an Arby Alexa, and not all that is going to be true. You can't just walk in expecting me to have a red camera. Like I'm 20 years old. I have Asperger's syndrome. Like I don't know a lot about it. Like I'm not using that as an excuse. It's just that I don't really know a lot. I don't have a big crew.
Right.
Because I'm learning. Yeah. We all learn and we adapt from it. And I don't have a lot of money in my account. Like you said, if we had the money, we would have got an Arri Alexa or a Red because it would be really cool to shoot things on a bigger camera. Yeah. Instead of a DSLR camera. And the reason why we don't have a mic is because, we had, people that want to do it for money. And that goes to the subject of non-paid versus paid. People want to do paid work. People want to do non-paid work. I'm okay with both because...
Me too. I just feel like you shouldn't expect the same thing all the time. You shouldn't mix the two. If you're somebody who likes paid work, go do paid work. And if somebody who is okay with not doing paid work, you should be doing that, because you'll be happier doing either or the other.
And if you're making a lot of money, stop asking for more. If you're already making $40,000 a month, you can just do a little bit of non-paid work. Like, it's not going to kill you. But I would love to do some paid work, because I do got to pay Netflix. I do got to pay my Netflix bills.
You got to pay your Netflix bill.
I can't go Netflix and chilling without Netflix. No, I'm kidding.
So let me ask you this: that situation you were already aware of then?
Yes, I was aware of the situation, because I saw the look on their faces when, we were having trouble with the camera. The tripod was true. The tripod was having some problems because it was a little, loosened. And
jerky.
Yeah, it was a little jerky, and it's supposed to be hard. But I didn't appreciate their behavior on set.
Were they being paid?
No.
They agreed to do it without pay?
Right.
Okay. Was there any? So you were already aware of this. Are they still involved with the project? Had they quit it officially?
No, it was finished.
Okay, so
it was finished on time.
So it did get finished.
Yeah. The other actor, he had a cool time. Like, he actually was happy to work with me again, even though he was very bossy to my actors. Hell.
So it's just kind of a situation where you have some more experienced people taking some more liberties than they should be taking, and giving orders to people on. Okay, well,
I think that some people need to understand and accept that we're not going to always have that, and we're going to try. There are going to be times where we will be late, just like actors are late on set. So it's not a difference. Mm-hmm. Like, I do feel guilty that I am a little late sometimes, but I don't have a car. What can I do? But I will always, be professional. I will always, do the best I can to get along and make things go well. That's why I want to work with actors who I really like.
Okay.
I want to work with actors who love my work and say, hey, I want to work with you again. I don't want to work with actors who take things way too serious, because then I'm wasting my time. And I'm trying to have a sense of humor. So, come on. Like, if I'm not making them laugh, then they're not really believable actors. Like, I see that they're actors with talent, but they're really, to me, it's like, they're way too serious. Right. And I think that slandering about it to other actors behind my back was pretty uncalled for that too, because I did nothing. Like, I was unprofessional, but I don't appreciate what they did.
Right. So I understand. I've been in that position before, where things go wrong. Yeah. But sometimes it's not your fault. Sometimes it is your fault. Yeah. You seem like you're willing to acknowledge when it is your fault. Yeah. I think people just have to be a little bit more patient.
People need to be courteous. People need to be so courteous to directors, and like I said, I'm not one of them. Like, I'm a different director. Like, I'm very young. I don't have a lot of money, and and I'm trying to learn that for my next projects.
Right.
So yeah.
So it would have been better for them to understand, and if they really had a bad experience, kind of let you know why that was.
Yeah, like, if they had a bad experience, talk to me about it. Talk to me, and we talk together, and
definitwhat better than talking behind your back, because that does get around.
It does hurt. It does hurt my chances, and it doesn't. But here's the good thing: it doesn't stop people from working with me.
Well, I mean, yeah, it can hurt your chances, but it can hurt theirs too.
Because with me, like, I can give them a bad reference.
Well,
but I don't want to.
But the way that they went about it makes me feel like, okay, well, if I was to work with them, I don't want to have those same issues with them either. Yeah, I know things can go wrong when I'm trying to shoot things, and I understand what that's like. So that's why when I was listening, I was like listening for things that would be really egregious, things that you had done, that malfeasance, something actually wrong, other than just shit that happens on film sets.
So it was just more of like on being unprofessional and at the last minute, and having camera problems. Is that what they said?
I don't know what they said, but I would have said to them, shit happens. And as far as being professional, it's Tampa. It's an unprofessional market mostly, and you're not entirely wrong, but I mean, come on, don't go doing things like talking behind people's back. Yeah. And, if you don't feel like that, it was intentional wrongdoing, it really does more harm than good.
Yeah, if you feel like you had a bad experience on set, like, learn from it. the next time, don't wait. Learn from it. Never waste your time on my film again. But like but slandering behind a director's back, it just shows how less of an actor you are. So that's how I feel.
Well, I mean, some people don't have bridges with who I really enjoy their work.
And dude, I never want to burn bridges with people. Like, I love people's work. I love filmmakers. Like, I love Sean Gloria's work. His demo. I really like. You've heard of David E. McMahon?
Have not. Local?
Yeah.
Have not.
Well, he's Jacksonville. What about Ryan Justice?
I know Ryan Justice.
Oh, I mean, Ryan Justice. I don't like to call him. I don't want to say anything because I've had some disagreements with him a lot.
Okay.
But he's made some cool movies, and I would love to work with him. And I would never burn bridges with Mr. Justice.
Yeah, I mean, directors are going to have differences, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's just he's a cool director. Like, I would love to work with Ryan Justice one day. He's an intelligent director with a mind.
He's a nice guy. I've worked with him as a director. He's a nice dude, as from what I remember.
Like, I saw Rogue Island at the Silver Screen for short films. It was pretty good, and Johnny and I are good friends. So at least I'm not burning bridges with the people I like. But what else? I feel like nowadays, it's like filmmakers, like, they treat me with like some less respect. Like, they come to a festival and I told them, hey, are you gonna go see my film Visions of Love? And they say they're gonna go see it, but they're in theater one watching their own stuff, and that's pretty sad. If you're not
go to a festival to watch your own stuff.
Yeah, like, I told him, are you gonna go watch Visions of Love? And he says, yeah, I'll be there. And you're not there. That's the thing that really makes me feel like sad, and bro, it insults me because I put my work out for the people to see, and it's like, you're not gonna watch it. I find it disrespectful.
Dang it! I want to talk to you about
I like honesty.
Festivals, but let me ask you this.
Yeah, go on.
What do you see yourself as far as your future? Like, do you feel like you're going to be at a point where your money is filmmaking, or do you feel like this will be something that you do on the side?
Well, I love acting. Acting has been my favorite form of a hobby. It's my passion since I was 3 years old, and I see myself more of an actor. I would love to see myself as a director once I hit 35.
Okay.
And that's about it. If I win an Oscar, then I'll start directing.
So if you could choose between being an actor or a director, you would choose actor right now.
Acting, because it gives you more experience in front of the camera.
In front of the camera?
And directing, well, I have a lot of pitch ideas for directing, but I want to save that for the right time, at the right moment.
Right.
Because
but if you're a director, you can give yourself parts.
That's true too. I want to do something where I direct and act, but I want to wait until I get more experience, like Ben Affleck. He's a good director. If you look at Argo or Gone Baby Gone, those are pretty good films, and he
very good.
And that's because he's such a good actor. He's worked with a lot of good directors in the past. Like, he worked on Good Will Hunting. He's worked on plenty of good films in the past. So he's a good actor, and he's working with intelligent directors. I mean, hell, like, I want to wait until I direct. I want to wait. That's something I will wait. But I see myself more of an acting, but it's not for money. It's more because I love it.
That's good. I think that's a healthy outlook you have on it. Yeah. I started the same way as an actor, and I got into directing because I didn't have roles for myself, and now that I have the ability to write roles anytime I want to, I never do. It's kind of ironic,
right?
But that's good, man. I want to watch your old work because I haven't seen the first JLA movie. But I will look on the one that you said is still on Vimeo.
You just watch the trailer. That's what I would say. Just watch the JLA trailer.
I'm into trailers when it's a way to avoid us putting more time in other stuff.
Yeah, because it reminds.
I never watch trailers anymore.
Well, it's the only thing I have available.
The only thing I do, you know what I like? I like teasers.
Teasers are really good. That's what I'm trying to do with my next movie. I don't want to reveal anything. That's why I don't release trailers much.
Trailers, too much as far as Hollywood stuff. But teasers, when they just give you a taste and they just let you wonder. When I know it's an alien movie, all I need to know is it's an alien movie. All I need to know is it's a Jurassic Park movie. I don't need to see the specifics. Just tell me there's another one coming out. I already know what it's about.
Can you agree with me or disagree? The Jurassic World movies are getting bad.
What do you mean getting bad?
Like, Fallen Kingdom sucked.
Well, yeah, but that's that. We knew we were in for that. The only reason
we knew it was going to suck, though.
Yeah, of course we did, but we still went because we're fans. We're obligated as fans of the original movies.
As a fan of Jurassic Park, I wanted more Jeff Goldblum.
Well, you're not going to get Jeff Goldblum.
Exactly. That's
part of why it's great. So would you want him in a bad? Would you want him in a bad movie to ruin Jeff Goldblum for you?
Oh no, hell no! I want when they make the third one, I want Jeff Goldblum back.
We can get Jeff Goldblum.
I want Sam Neill to come back.
Yeah, but it's like doing the Blair Witch. The other Blair Witch movie came out. I knew it was going to suck, but
half of the casting came back though.
What did you say? Say again.
The cast of the Blair Witch thing came back. That's why it sucked.
You mean they didn't come back?
Yeah, they didn't come back.
I thought you said the opposite. No, that's not why it sucked. It's not why it sucked.
It's the story.
It's
predictable too. It's cliche.
Well, it was a commercial movie.
Right.
It was done out of calculation for making money, but I knew it was going to suck. I only went because I'm obligated to watch the movie because I'm a fan of the original film.
Who doesn't love Blair Witch Project? I love the movie. I've never seen the sequel actually. I've only seen the ending. My dad and I, we were in the living room. My dad was like, "This movie fucking sucked," because come on, my dad grew up. Like he was born in 1970. Of course he grew up around that era. He grew up mostly in the 80s and the 90s. So of course he was going to grow up watching Blair Witch Project. And when I don't think he saw it in theaters, but I do remember he watched it, when they were young. I mean, I was like 1 year old when that happened, but I'm sure they watched it before at home, on a VHS at that time. That's when most movies, you go to Blockbuster and you buy a VHS. I want Blockbuster back. Blockbuster is amazing. I miss it.
I still remember the marketing for it. It was like, when that came out, it was like the shit. It was like, hey, did you hear about this movie? Where these kids, they went into the woods to film this witch, and they got killed? Like, and then they were trying to say that it really happened and shit. It was like, that's what I thought, because I was a kid at the time. I was like, what? Well, this is found footage?
How old were you at that time?
I'm so into found footage right now.
How old were you?
I love that genre.
Like, this was like 1999. How old were you at that time?
10.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Shit, that's dope, though.
Yeah.
Man, I remember when I saw the trailers for Spider-Man 3.
Didn't see one witch.
What?
Didn't see one witch.
One witch?
That was my grandma.
That was what the shadow one?
That was what my grandma said. Like in the first movie, she was like, "I didn't see one witch." I was like, but it was still scary. It was still good. It's about the mystery of it,
right?
And just the terror. That's the source of horror in that film. It's the fact that or you have a strong feeling that there is a witch and that she's the cause of all these bad things happening. The concept, the thing about scary movies today is it's all cheap surprise and jump scares and jump cuts and stuff. They slam things down to surprise you, to scare you. The truth about horror is horrific concepts. The idea that there is a witch.
Say it quickly.
Sorry.
Say it quickly, man. It's 9:22.
All I'm gonna say is just basically what makes real horror is the idea of scary concepts. Things like guys who can come out of shadows and snatch you and pull you into different dimensions. A witch with the ability to change the time or make you walk in circles all day long and end up in the same spot. That's scary. The idea It Follows, where there's something that is taking the form of people and always walking at you, so you know there's a clock, but you don't know how much time there is or what it's going to look like when it gets to you. That shit is scary.
The problem with horror movies today is not that it's the concept. It's it's the final cut. It's predictable, it's cliche, it's the same old shit we've seen before, it's mainstream. The horror movies that get it so fucking right is Hereditary.
What does that mean?
Hereditary. You never seen Hereditary?
Oh, that's a film.
You didn't know that?
Oh, hang on. 1 second. Sorry. This thing popped up. Windows tries to update itself way too much.
So, when it comes to, indie horror films, they do a good job because it's not about jump scares. It's more about
real horror. Right.
There's
some people who know what that is and some people who don't.
There's real tension to it. characters are going through a lot of stupid shit, and the ending is so confusing. And that's what makes horror films so fucking good, is that it's original and unpredictable.
Horror is a great genre, but the thing is, you have to have a filmmaker who understands that,
right,
who understands storytelling, who understands the genre of horror, and also there's this problem that horror is just a huge market.
But that's
huge market. They
like,
know they're going to make money when they make a Scream movie or a Death movie.
But you see, that's the problem with horror movies now. It's like, you know, I feel like when the non-mainstream horror movies, they get so critical acclaim on Rotten Tomatoes, and then the audiences, they're so fucking unthankful for the movie. Like, come on, you want something different, right? Check out Hereditary. Check out It Follows. Check out.
It is a movie.
Hereditary. You didn't know that?
I thought you were trying to. I thought that was a term you were using.
No. Hereditary is a movie. It's an actual movie.
Okay, I gotta see it. Is it what year did it come out?
Last year. It came out in summer.
Oh, okay, it's new.
Like,
it's a good horror film.
Oh, dude, it's fucking awesome.
Okay,
it'll make you fucking vomit though. It's fucking good.
Oh, is it like a disgusting type?
No, it's. There's a scene where it's very disgusting, but I'm gonna stop you right there. It's fucking unique. You're not going to vomit, though. I think you will be terrified, though.
I think I have built up a strong stomach considering where I work.
But, like, you know, like films like The Killing of a Sacred Deer, like, that's a psychological horror film by Yorgos Lanthimos, and it stars Colin Farrell and Nicole Kidman that came out in October 2017. That film is unique, and people are so fucking ungrateful because you want something original, there it is, and then you shit on it.
Ignorant audiences shit on it. So,
right,
like, audiences who are used to depending on jump scares or depending on just that formula, they expect to get that every time. They may not appreciate the pacing, but I do think that any audience, no matter how bad the movies you've been watching, will appreciate good filmmaking when they see it, when they experience it.
Exactly. I agree with you, bro. But here's the thing, like, it's like shit. It's the marketing that's the problem. You know, it's poor marketing. But yeah, I forgot. Yeah, let's go back to the acting questions. Shit, I forgot. You won this debate.
No. It's not a debate, bro. I like having conversations where I learn more from people. You know,
right?
I'm not interested at all in winning anything.
I don't like to debate people at all because then it feels like it's going to go too far. But I know what I was going to say. You know, The Killing of a Sacred Deer had 80% of Rotten Tomatoes. Audiences gave it a D+. Similar.
That would be like a 60-something%, right?
A D+ would be like a 50, right?
Not in the school I went to. What are you talking about? A D is like 60s.
I'm talking about in movie-wise.
Well, movie-wise
would be like a 4 out of 10. That's what would be like a D+, isn't it?
No, sir.
I don't know. I must be high.
I think you're getting your numbers and your letters mixed up. I think D's are 60, F is 50, same school that everyone else went to except you, apparently.
I graduated from the school. What are you talking about?
I did too. But the 70s...
I cheated through high school.
70s is a C, 80s is a B, 90s is an A.
Shit. Well, I mean...
It works.
Shit, it's like 9:30.
When you get to the 40s, you're like E and F. What the fuck?
Well, it's 9:30 already. Wait, do we have how many questions do we have left?
No, that's it.
That's it?
I never have a set number of questions or anything. I just things I'm interested in asking people about and just getting their opinion. But I've had a good time. It's my fault that we started so late. Man.
Yeah.
It's my fault.
No, actually, no. Dude, this was a good podcast for like a first timer in here. Like, for the first time, you have more space.
Oh, yeah. Audience, we've got our own podcast studio now, so this is where we will be. No, this is new. They've only seen the libraries.
I look forward to coming back again and doing another podcast.
Yeah, we will. We will definitely do that. And what we're also going to do is what I've been talking to the other podcast people about, Kamari, the host, and I'll produce and whatnot. Yeah. We're going to be doing movie reviews, but also movie companions. We're going to basically play the movie and comment on the whole movie as it's going.
It depends on what movie you're reviewing. Like, if you're going to review like something like Aquaman, or if it's something like that's been like Bird Box. Like, I wanted to talk about Bird Box, but the problem is that I've only seen it once, and the movie was very stupid. Like, I didn't like it.
I didn't like it either, but the only reason we went with that is just because everybody was talking about it at the time.
It was copying a lot of A Quiet Place.
I wanted to see that. I never got.
You need to watch A Quiet Place.
Would you say that it's better than Bird Box?
Oh yeah.
Okay, definitely better.
Definitely better than
All
Bird
right,
Box.
I was worried that some people were saying it's about the same level. So
For a PG-13 horror movie, they fucking did it. For a mainstream horror film, they fucking nailed it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna see. I'm probably gonna watch that tonight then.
I guess that's about it, guys.
Yeah, thank you for tuning in. Weird outro, but last but not least, I will give the official outro. Follow Tampa Film Network online at Facebook or visit our website, tampafilmnetwork.org. And we're on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We don't have a separate page for the podcast. It's all just one thing, but although we're discussing having a specific page or channel for the podcast. But thank you so much for viewing. If you want to be on the podcast, please email us, tampafilmnetworks with the S at the end, at gmail.com, or go to tampafilmnetwork.org and fill out the contact sheet and message there, or just go and message me on Facebook, or go to Tampa Film Network group and message the admins there to get on the podcast. I want to thank our guest today, Anthony Caban, who's an independent filmmaker in Tampa, doing a lot of big things. We're going to have him back on. Anthony, you want to say anything else before we go?
I want to say that, I look forward to working with everybody, in my future films. I always got future projects coming up. If you guys want to be in it, just follow.
Yeah, we weren't trying to toss shade at anyone. Yeah. We're just discussing real shit that happens,
Like if I didn't find if you're watching this video and, if you think that we're calling you out, we're not. These are just things that we were talking about, things that happen on set. Follow me on Instagram, Deadshot Pro. I don't use Facebook, so don't add me on Facebook.
Wait, you have Facebook. You messaged me.
Shut up. No.
Oh, was that a secret?
I don't know. No, but for my acting and stuff, it's Deadshot Pro.
Okay, so Deadshot Pro. You're on Instagram?
Mostly Instagram.
Twitter,
I'm working on it. I'm trying to reshuffle everything. YouTube, I'm working on that. I'm actually going to Vimeo.
Okay. So do you have a Vimeo handle?
I do, but it's being worked on, so to be determined.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
and if anybody wants to look at anything that you have online right now, is there any particular thing that they should look at first?
Well, as of right now, just go on my IMDb page. I'll look my name up, Anthony Caban. I'll look up my film stuff and all. There's trailers on my films. I believe there's a trailer on Visions of Love, but beyond that, that's about it. Yep. Check out my channel, Vintage Caban.
All right, we'll have him back on. Thanks so much, guys. You guys have a wonderful evening. We're going to be back on tomorrow with Kamari Ross. He is back. The original host will be returning. Till then, see you guys later.
Bye-bye.
Folks.